Assemble them on a good evening. I hope say any side also on a fenuna safe in the world. I hope say on they do well. I hope say the summer heat not a catch you na pass mark. Myself they try for stay hydrated by God in power. We don't come back again this evening time. For consider inside salon issues. For talk about the different things them where they happen in our country. But as usual, I don't take on this little deviation way before I sit down inside the topic proper. I can like forgive a small synopsis or small overview about some other little small thing then where sometimes we know about or sometimes we don't know about for just for keep an update, keep an eye on things, see how we mama salon they fear, if we mama salon glady, if we mama salon in art cold, or if you vex small, or that kind of thing in there. So last week, if you not remember, I saw we sit down, we talk about the rise of autocracy, or what appears to be the rise of autocracy, or the beginning or the emergence of autocracy. Now, Salone, we look into the case of Madam Femi Claudius Cole, that of Dr. Dennis Bright, as well as the 54 women them where them be arrested in different parts of the country, mainly in Freetown, where them in the protest, right? We see Usai, we go inside the constitution, we look at different sections them, especially section 26 of the constitution. We can also look at section 17 of the constitution. We also look at the human rights, rights to demonstrate and assemble, rights to belong, and all of them thing and day. Surprisingly enough, after we don't talk about all them things, so we get another case again where again another woman has been arrested, been called into CID to be questioned by the police. Up till now, they know na 3 days this way the police call this person here so, and this na the Salone Telegraph. The Salone Telegraph then put say another woman, another female opposition politician, Yabom Sise, arrested and locked up in Sierra Leone. The thing is that Yabom Sise, I believe, say na a cheerleader of one of the councils them, and I think she is one of 3 women cheerleader in the Tonkolili district, if I'm not a mistake. You see, on one hand, we cannot say we need people and for get together, we need people and for come together. And then on the other hand, we are ruling with iron fist. You know what I mean? If somebody abridge the law, if somebody go against the law, and you go na the constitution and you watch them and you see say that person they go against the law, there are recourse, right? The law tell you clearly waiting for do. As I speak, it's been 72 hours. We law say if you hold person by the 72-hour deadline, if you don't tell that person they waiting you hold am for, waiting at the crime way they do, waiting at the bad way they do. But as far as I'm concerned, as I am sitting here right now, past the 72-hour deadline, and una know for say na Salone, if they hold you say by Friday they not left you, the weekend you dey spend another place, dey makolom pass on term in certain extreme circumstances, like in the case of Paulo Conte. Una remember na Sunday early morning na in the left am, right? After again with they don't charge am, he don't go through court, he don't defend in case it prove, the jury then come back and not find am guilty of wetin the state been accuse am for, and all of that. The state not being able to bring solid evidence for convince the jury them otherwise. But in this particular case right now, where then go someone, because una know for say, if una dey watch the parliamentary proceedings, then una know for say the recent parliamentarian where they swear in as bringing into the fold na from Tonkolili district e comot, na Tonkolili district they represent. So I strongly feel say the arrest of this woman get some form of tie, some form of relation for do with this parliamentarian in win in victory, and by a larger extension the APC party winning this election, this district or council or whatever elections they call it. But then they not to me own bigger picture, because what they are doing is playing politics, right? Let the politician play politics. Wetin me really concerned about now the fact say we are seeing the repeated incarceration, arrest, honestly, how you can call them, I go say daylight bullying, intimidation of women in the society. At the end of the day, these are the same women you want to vote for you. These are the same women you rely on to run the economy. Because I will continue for say this. The Sierra Leone economy is sustained 70% by women. I will continue for say this. The homes, the economical provider or the economic providers of the homes then are Salone is 70% women. So when you continuously they intimidate your most productive demography, your most productive segment of the population, what outcome are you hoping to achieve? Whose outcome? Wetin are the benefits where you they hope for achieve? But like I say, I want for bring the story come, for make una see am, for make una get a small understanding of wetin they go on, for say even though the government is saying one thing, the action of the government is something else. Una can go na the Sierra Leone Telegraph for read the story in more detail. Una can also go na Sierra Network Sierra Leone. They also have a detailed excerpt of this woman Yaso in arrest and everything. And like I say, up till now, we at the talk, we are sure saying close to 11 o'clock na Salone. She's still in the custody of the police. Now, the other thing where I want go inside small bits, talking about heavy-handedness, talking about citizen being disgruntled, citizen not having the appetite, they're not able again, because some people them, the thing is that there's a trickling effect where something they happen at Salone, In as much as some people dem feel say because we dey Obaya so e no dey affect we, whatever dey happen na Salone, e get a direct effect on we life. Because we dey send remittances dem go Salone, we dey send money dem go Salone, we get people dem wey we dey help na Salone. Some people dem wey dem no too even with blood family relations dem wey we dey help na Salone. Like me, I don sit down and I don talk am plenty time. Some people dem wey I no go ever meet them na this lifetime wey me dey help na Salone, or wey even boku of una dey help na Salone. So with whatever actions dey take place na Salone, e get direct ramification na we life dem na yaso. In previous years, in years past, we see usai people dem been grab dem team up na do, including people dem wey dey inside this cabinet right now, because there are pictorial evidence. Picture dey for show dem. Usai dem team up, dem demonstrate, dem say the last government brutal, the last government dey kill people dem, the last government put dem pan sufferness, the last government, you know, no dey do well, the last government, you know, dey treat them bad, think tranga, think murder them. We see outside people them demonstrate na Washington, na England. I don't know if there was a demonstration in Canada, but mainly within, you know, America, United States, and England. Well, last month we see usai some people them go front the embassy of Salone inside Washington, when at the right, and una see usai the state of Washington provide policemen them for protect them and for make sure say they exercise the right to demonstrate, to gather, to assemble, and for demonstrate. So we see usai some of them people there so demonstrate na Washington last month. Man and woman them, Salone people them. Well, on the 14th, yesterday, the same thing back up in England. Before I talk small and rub much by this, I will ask the technical team, make them play small video, 2-3 video of Salone people them, where then they demonstrate against this current government, like where Salone people them been demonstrate against the past government.
Imposed by UK, you are the president, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a murderer. Once a killer, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a human, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a murderer. Once a killer, you are a killer. You are the president. Imposed by UK, you are the president, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a murderer. Once a killer, you are a killer. Once a killer, you are a killer. You are the president, imposed by UK. You are the president, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a murderer. Once a killer, you are a killer. You are the president, you are a murderer. Once a killer, you are a killer. You are the president, imposed by UK.
This is West Minister. Salone. We don't want Salone. 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 Salone. No. We don't want Salone. Salone. We don't want Salone. Salone. We don't want Salone. Salone. No.
Okay, so I want to make we producer show the other clip of the gathering them as well, so I don't show now two contrasts, right? Because sometimes the people can forget, because when you say that those currently in power, you know, see the person in aid way, person with the shine aid now been the secretary general, I think, of the SLPP in North America. I don't get under this program here a couple of times. A professor by profession, he don't left in teaching work, he don't go na Salone for go take on position, right? They demonstrated then. You remember Sweden, they said we no want too long go na Salone. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was in 2017, 2016, where that demonstration they take place. And then I don't show now some concerned Sierra Leonean the way they say Mother Bio must go, enough is enough. And they can show now again some more clips then.
Yamadoma Queen Alisa.
Okay, so the reason why make a show, we show then two contrasts there. We see Usai, the first one, we see a massive demonstration in England, na London, what happened yesterday by Sierra Leoneans. Then they talk say enough is enough, then they don't tire of the ruling of President Bio. And that the one President Bio for go and all them placards, them giving reason why they demonstrate and why then they ask for make President Bio go. The second clip where we show na a demonstration will happen, I believe, in late 2016, 2017 in America by people who were SLPP sympathizers, where them in they ask for the removal or the non-election of President Kaba, not Kaba, President Anespai Koroma, right? Both people them were exercising their rights. The one them were demonstrating at London yesterday, saying they want President Biogon, they're exercising their rights. The one that we been demonstrate 5 years ago, where then they ask, say, they don't want President Koroma again. And I tell them, I say, one such person won't have been they see vividly in the video, now somebody by the name of Emmanuel Ali, who was then the president of the Sierra Leone's People's Party North America. And na person who I don't get in this show, we don't talk on several issues then. So again, I continue to pose this question. If it was right for you then, why shouldn't it be right for others now? Now that singular question that I get for posed to me Salone people then. If it been right for make uno demonstrate them, and I want to make me producer maybe whilst I dey talk, if he able replay that video they, you know, if it been right for una then, because this thing, remember, we get evidence then day, because now not to like trade yanda where people they not get phone, where they not they record, and when they record, when they not get storage drive, where then they keep things them, and where they can come back and revisit and pull na dose una see, we get the images of Keke Thomas Sandy in London being part of the protest in England then 5 years ago. You know, see Emmanuel Ali Nayaso, a professor by profession, we don't dump in professorial work, where the money where they make inside Salone rights as a professor, you know, make I not say no go ever make an inside Salone. I won't say that because at the end of the day, we don't know side and they eat from. But with me, with all good conscience, knowing waiting, genuinely waiting professor, then they make inside Salone. Me not go left me professorial work inside America. I go sit down inside Salone. Or go take on a position inside Salone. Because what am I enabling? I am enabling a system that I very well know is incapable of remunerating me. And so therefore, I will find myself now a slippery slope very quickly of descending into, you know, ill practices, unethical practices. So I've been just want to show them two juxtapose, put them two videos they also together, say, if it was right then, if people them in clap for una then, why make now people enough for clap for people them and say yes? If you are dissatisfied, if you feel disenfranchised, if you feel that waiting, you put your paper inside that box for not showing waiting you they get, now you right for demonstrate. Now you right for say no, I not agree. Now you right for say no, this one answer not look correct. It look like saying a duck this thing inside water and they call and gold, but not a real gold. Now you're right. So to the Sierra Leoneans, them we come out. Just like I said 5 years ago, say to the Sierra Leoneans, them we come out and demonstrated in Washington in the Emmanuel Ali's, the Keke Thomas that you see 5 years ago. I said it was their right, and bravo to them for standing up for what they believe. So again, at this present junction, they said to the organizers them of Washington and the organizers them of London, bravo for your tenacity. It is your right. You are doing what you feel at this particular junction not to dande unu been begging for. And because unu believe say not to dande unu begging for, unu canado unu make unu voice be heard, right? And a letter was presented at 10 Downing Street. So the waka, then procession, they finally ended up at 10 Downing Street, and a letter was presented at 10 Downing Street in London, you know, for show to the host, because you know say the Prime Minister of London na 10 Downing Street na dey na in host. So the worker go inside 10 Downing Street, then deliver the letter, then deliver the message, then Canada. So I say bravo to these men and women and children and brave Sierra Leoneans for exercising your rights, just like the people who are in the seats of power had the right to demonstrate and exercise such rights. Una self get the right for do am, and una don do am. Now, I want go to, and today I dey open the phone lines them very quickly. I want go to, actually make I open the phone lines them even as we continue. I not think to say opening the phone lines will hurt the rest of the program, even if I open the phone line very quickly. I think to say we can still achieve you know, the merits of the program, and you know, without jeopardizing the integrity of the program and waiting we get for Senayaso today if we open the phone line them. So again, the toll-free number now 1688 944 772. The UK number now +44 2080 89 14 55. So that will be 4420 808 91455. The Australia number na +61 29098 4337. And then if all the one then they not work for you, you get a WhatsApp number where you can call. Say like if you dey Salone, the toll free no work for you, you then a WhatsApp, you can call this WhatsApp number here. So when a 1343 997 5828. Okay, so una no for say this fuel crisis here, so 10 can wait in the morning, and una no for say I do an entire show talking about the fuel hike, the fuel price na Salone, and the thing, the how the ground dry and how people in the suffer. Listen, since the last 2 or 3 weeks, no single day nor day where I know they get different calls them from Salone, where you know say Matilda tin tranga, Matilda tin really tranga. And make I tell una something, una know for say me na Creole, not to show by tribe, right? One thing wey Creole man not they do, and this is when I really realize how severe things are in the country. Not because I not been don't know before, or I know really understand. But this particular conversation where I get with this particular person, it bring me down to my knees. It make me knee buckle na ground, and I really now catch grip with the severity of things. To know a Creole man is to know that Creole man not ever big. Creole man not ever beg for it. Let alone come in your Creole line, go call other person and say do ya and not get gimme for it. They not they do am. If now water then go drink and say them farm will bring can for them. If now anything then go waka na different farm will out stay then fend usai for it. What brought me to my knees was when somebody called me, and that person then a staunch Creole person. When he say Matilda tin tranga, tin bad, he said do ya a beg if na $50 if you able. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything do ya. When he say Matilda things ranga tin bad, he say do ya abeg if na $50 if you able. That's it. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything do ya. When he say Matilda things ranga tin bad, he say do ya abeg if na $50 if you able. That's it. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything do ya. When he say Matilda things ranga tin bad, he say do ya abeg if na $50 if you able. That's it. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything do ya. When he say Matilda things ranga tin bad, he say do ya abeg if na $50 if you able. That's it. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything do ya. When he say Matilda things ranga tin bad, he say do ya abeg if na $50 if you able. That's it. He say if na $20 if you able, he say anything. He brought me to my knees. Not to empathy. Someone says I'm echoing. Can you hear me better now, or is it your device? Because I don't see. Okay, I'm not sure. Someone says I'm echoing. I'm not sure. Let me know. I'll keep watching to see. Okay, the person. Okay, now they say I'm okay. So that one they bring me to my knees as teen must really strong. Teen must really strong. Now then they can say teen strong tell you the quiz what I know they come out. You the quiz stone for fen water what I know they come out. You the quiz stone for fen water but what I know they come out. So in light of this, I want to do two comparative videos then. Where when you have a president that is attuned, so president where in yes then are gone, in yai they watch, they yari waiting the people then they talk. They watch waiting they happen. The way where that president they go react for in people then. Because he know for say while he able afford air conditioner, he able afford chicken, he able afford fowl and goat and cow. Not to all in people them able afford that. And sometimes the one them will be even able afford the fall. Right now they're not able afford the fall. Sometimes lunch or mint safe, they're not able afford them. So I want for show una a stark contrast of somebody that is empathetic, that has the ears and eyes of the people, versus somebody that plays the blame game. Always they push on to other team. Always they point to other side. Never is it my fault. Never can I take ownership, but it is always the responsibility of something else. I want to make una watch them today also. First of all, I want to make una hear waiting with your president say about the current hardship in the country.
And left una for so far. But the truth is, the world now don't mix up. And outside the suffer, you dey America, the young price don't go up past this. The young price, the way they say 1 gallon fuel, they don't go up past this. You go London, self, you will get brother, you will get picking up or call them. Any side of the world. We know they produce petrol. Petrol in price will go up. I can say ogre self in price will go up. Because all things they jack up go up. We know they produce fuel. Some of the countries the way they suffer, including Nigeria and other places, then they produce petrol. We not get nothing. Now buy with the buyer. So I just add this small thing for make we understand, so that bad people don't go come and begin to talk and mix up on them. So they tell you plenty thank you, and they wish you well on the eve.
We are all going to have to make some sacrifices to afford us the space to navigate the troubled waters of the current economic difficulties. In the case of government, discretionary expenditures of ministries, departments, and agencies have been cut by 30%. The salaries of all political appointees, including myself, have been reduced by 30%. Fuel coupon allocations have been slashed by 50%, and other expenditures suspended. I am very much aware that some teacher unions have declared a strike in pursuit of a 20% cost of living allowance demand. I'm happy that yesterday the teachers were joined by other members of organized labor under the umbrella of the Trades Union Congress to sit down with government, led by the Ministers for Employment and Labor Relations and Education, to begin negotiations on this matter. I want to add my voice to the appeal by the outstanding Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, the Honorable Ignatius Bafwewea, Member of Parliament for Sunyani West, for the teachers to return to the classrooms pending the outcome of these negotiations, so that the education of our children, some of whom are preparing to sit their final exams, is not affected.
So I've been just one show una. Last week I show una Usai. Now the sub-region and beyond, Salone na in gets the highest rank number one, 120% increase in fuel price from January to now. From January 2022 to now, Usai we sidon so. Salone na inka number one na the entire sub-region and beyond. As a matter of fact, when we look at them, now the entire continent of Africa, where they rank them, then begin 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 rank them. Salone 9 gets the highest increase of fuel price. Now we get a president where they tell we say fuel price the thing there all sign at the wall. Yes, thing there all sign at the wall, but economies them, presidents then, governments then they find way for make thing no more than people then. When I see the president of Ghana, what he talk say? He said there has been a 30% deduction. He said the entire cabinet, political appointees. He was very, very, very decisive in what he say. He said all the one that we get government position inside in government. He said he don't cut their salary, then all 30%. He said in self winner in at the president. He said in union salary, he don't cut them by 30%. He said all the one that we been they get coupon allocation for fuel, this, that. He said he don't reduce, I don't slash them by 50%. He said when the teacher then grab say now they want an increment that their salary for 20%. He said okay, he no mind. He said but now not to the term. He said so he they negotiate with them for see how best they can come together and get one word and able understand themselves. Now that is a president that listens. That is a president that hears the people. That is a president that is aligned with economic realities, present realities, and conditions of the world. Yes. I don't tell una wetin Usaimi Sidon Ayaso na Canada, wetin the government don't do for try and cushion, for try and bio the people dem small small, so thing no go so tranga and people dem. Yes, thing tranga all side na the world, but government dem dey try for do something for make dem people dem not sleep na treat, for make lapa no lose spending. So, Mr. President, sir, instead of you going about saying that make people they not can them bad people, who are the bad people them? Who are the bad people then that you are referring to? The same bad people where you say sit down oversee, where they talk bad thing, are these not the same bad people then? Where you need money, you need remittances, you need collaboration, not to them same bad people here they call upon. Not to them same bad people here, so they finance una political parties them. Not to them same bad people here, so they make una go into conventions. Not to them same bad people here, so they finance una campaigns them. Not to them same bad people here, so they provide thing for it for the young people then. Aside for leave for the young people then. Instead of I don't know if the president doesn't know how to speak to the nation, like how to really calm down to Mami Sampa, Pa Ali in level, cousin or Motola or cousin Bumi in level, and talk to cousin Bumi. You see what Nana Ado. You just saw what Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, the current president of Ghana, you see how he addressed things then. He say, yes, I understand. We all they suffer. All man they suffer. But at least me own suffer a better person I own. So therefore, for make the economy not tank, for make all man go able, manage, cut here, put yonder. He take 30% off his salary. The entire cabinet political appointed them. He reduced their salary by 30%. He slashed them benefits them and their suites of hospitals by 50%. And he they make other cuts and adjustments. Then Usai is see and waiting and call. That is what a leader does. That is what a leader does. Like where the information I can hear my voice. Like where the information minister can the other time they can't talk, but then provide subsidies. Who the owner provide the subsidies to the petroleum giants and company? How is the subsidies provided to the petroleum giants and company going to trickle down to Papa Almami in kerosene by one for making light lamp on it? How? So to show empathy is not to accuse. It's not always to. It's not to point the accusatory fingers. Not to me on them. Not to me on them. Not to me on any question they ask you. There is always a default person. When are they responsible? It is never your responsibility. It is never your government's responsibility. That is why people are frustrated. When are you going to take ownership of some of the actions? You've been in power now for 4.5 years. 4.5 years is a very long time for you to always be pointing the fingers and saying, "Now so Amitam, and they try for fix." When are you going to actually say, "I have fixed"? People are tired. People are choking. Just give them room. Pull your knee, come on at the neck, make them breathe. Una pull una knees them. Una pull una foot them. Come on at them throat them. So that they go blow. Candle. Do ya? Okay, so now, after having said all of this, I want to go to Parliament. Una know for say boku don't happen at Parliament within last week and this week. It's been a showdown. It has been a showdown. And again, the phone lines are open, people. The phone lines are open, free to call at any time. Give your contribution about any of the things that we don't talk about. This, the 2022 Public Elections Act, Sierra Leone Parliament versus the people. This is not going to be the last time this topic is going to come up. Best believe maybe in another week, maybe next week, na the same topic we will talk about, because there will be more meat to add to the sauce. You know, something that time they right now, I get ogiri, I get small pepper, I don't get yabasset, I don't get pomyrate, I don't even get the plazas, I don't know those plazas are the cook it, and all the creatures them we need for sidom inside the soup and not get a meat. So therefore, this topic is going to be a revisited topic. But meanwhile, that they not mean for say we not get something to treat no go able to up much pan. As soon as we know, the elections board or the attorney general bar or acting attorney general or minister of justice, I don't know if he the actor or name, he bring a bill can a parliament, not also. He bring the the 2022 Public Elections Act kind of parliament. Inside that bill they will get boku different things and where they want do without people them for vote, who that for vote, this that what you need for vote, what you don't need for vote, and you know they want also bring that thing way not so people in the canal they can't compete. You know, they can't tell you, say, hey, I want to represent you now. And the one wanna elect, the one wanna want to put them. They want now for can say no inside their own party there, then go fend people them, where they go bring Canada, and then people and then now go, you know, dabaru between themselves, you know, then go fet between themselves, and then the one now we come on top, and then go take now, then can bring say na the person where they represent them, this that. But is that true democracy? If na the political party na they can choose and put front me face, rather than people come and say I want stand for this political party, and then we now decide who that we want for represent we na the host. Who's one better? Some people be don't talk say the PR system it already then at the constitution, so therefore then they not to even team for begin talk about. But there is a lot to it. The PR system was instituted for a reason. Same get for can we get for see don't talk inside and I don't tell you now for say for now, if you now want a detailed understanding about the law being proposed, about the PR system, the constitution, how they all the spaghetti bowl they intermingle, usai rich, usai fine, usai not fine, usai then they try for cut here, put here, bring yanda, shove yanda, do that day. I don't tell you say when I gonna chair no jalo, sorry, chair no bar in page of the African Express. It's got a very detail everything about things then. Okay? But for the purpose of this show and for the purpose of time, me not go into the nitty-gritty details until we parliament don't done the debate first. Because inside this lawyer, so you know this English, this mommy queen in language, now language with ranga. We sometimes day one word no more if you put her inside, it don't pull all thing. Or if one word no more, if you pull and come out, it don't scatter all thing. So boku of the bad way they happen right now. Other than the fact say this law not a good law, people then they bring them thing and they cannot do. And as time they go on, we go they talk about that. Make I go to the caller. Caller waiting I name you know say they call from.
Hi,
Hello.
Madam Matilda. Hi, Madam Matilda. This the unknown caller. Um, I just want to like outline some few things them out when you just list again. Let me make some few comments then. I can always tell people and say, you be a leader, you are a servant to the people. And if you fail to serve the people, your leadership will never be successful in the life of the people. Um, based on hatred, you can't rule a nation with hatred. It doesn't matter what they may don't do to you. If you start to read from the Bible, we na a handbook for we all. When Moses, when in Father law made it teach him how to rule the people, and because everything was upon himself, tell and say you not go able, you get for listening to the people them and find a better way for choose leaders them we be able to serve the people, and that's the reason why we do have the parliamentarian when are the people them they decide who that for go stand for them in a particular area there. But if this government decide for take the right away from the people then decide party business come inside, you feel say them parliamentarian then go ever in the entire life being responsible for the people anymore. If it me party send me party prioritize me than the others then. Who's how you feel say me loyalty they go to? Even though yes, now we can say then loyalty go to them party, but the people them we vote them, the parliamentarian and they free the people them, because at any time the people them will say, but we send you that you not do nothing, just come up before we will not go vote for you next time. Right? But hatred, nothing way bad. Mother Bio for become one of the most successful leader because unless me don't already lay the foundation, even if me don't start for put the block, but at least it may don't turn the dirty over for make it can start. But when it come, waiting it come up with now hatred, malice. I don't know. Sometimes when a man is frustrated with himself, the frustration they run to even the least person around them. Now that's Mother Bio they do. I see Soiree, the Minister of Information, they in a AYVT they talk say, well, debate's fine, but however they make them by any means they will win the election. These people are playing with fire because they can forget for say that people them now waiting the masses want. If they mistake, the people then grab up and stand against them. I don't see any reason where they for sit down for. Then I see Mother Bio they talk during the time for say, well, this thing a global. We all agree, it's a global business. But waiting you don't do for cushion the problem, let the problem not escalate too much on the people, let the burden not be upon them. Other presidents and they cut certain things out of their own so that the country go on as normal. But here we come, parliament and they fight for increment, then they fight for increment, then they fight for increment, but the people are suffering. Look whether they kill themselves inside parliament. Or even debate something out when a salary or wages increment for the people, but then they kill themselves out of stupidity. I go left fire so forth and come back because of time, Madam Matilda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. So, the caller just actually bring me into the next thing where I the talk but inside this thing. So, where I don't know if, and I encourage if now they follow me on my page, Matilda J. Cole, Facebook, Matilda J. Cole, Instagram, Matilda J. Cole 1, Twitter, because me Matilda J. Cole Instagram, Twitter, something happened to them, so I therefore create another Instagram. If not they follow me, una go know for say I'm very, very active. I dey wake na morning, even though the time wey parliament can begin not to that time, I dey wake just so I don't miss any single word that's been said. Just so I dey watch the parliamentarian their actions, I dey watch wetin and they say, I dey watch wetin at the rebuttals them, I dey watch wetin at them propositions them, I dey watch wetin then they defend, wetin and they stand against. Is it about themselves or is it about the people? Quite frankly, some of them have stood for the people. Others are standing to protect themselves. You know, waiting actually frightening a little bit, even inside this debate now, this PR system, PR's proportional representation. Now, we're inside last month. This very Speaker of Parliament, she don't and tell the president, say, Mr. President, if you want for reenact the PR system, the proportional representation system, Papa, you need for amend the constitution. And you need for bring Anka inside parliament. It has to have 2/3 majority votes of parliamentarians. You don't say 2/3 majority vote of SLPPO. It said 2/3 majority vote of parliamentarians. So, me as a Sierra Leonean, I was actually shocked, like a shocked-alize. Current passed through me body, where I read that same very Speaker of Parliament on Thursday, when at the last sitting, where them do where that sitting they begin from 10 o'clock morning, they not done till 7:30 even 10. Because at around 4 o'clock afternoon, the speaker say, debate done. All man done debate now. Make them move on to something. 9 people then grab them while at that place. They say no, people then don't they call with phone from abroad. You self know that say you phone don't they be busy. People then don't they call you from the diaspora. People then don't they call you from all over the world. And then people then they give we message them. And then what make we bring this message here so can a parliament? At the whole me thoughts. Make her take this call. Call her waiting at your name and no say the call from.
Mina Auna the call from Jersey.
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Yes, Matilda, good evening, and the listeners. Then, first of all, I want to let the people that know say SLPP already know say they're not able to use the 2022 fake census results for me to able gerrymander and get able win the election. So the only alternative we can get right now for make them go through the PR system. We then get no say they get a big advantage for get more seats and for win the elections. And so if you look at the country where they progress, they not ever go back again to something where they don't left more than 10 years ago, and we don't try them 2 term because we not say now whole system and not work for the country. We don't go na a progressive means for do election. There is no way we go back. And the people them, we Sierra Leoneans, we already blindsided to what SLPP they do. We don't already get the signs and symptoms of a president who want to become an autocrat, an authoritarian regimes. What did they do? It is try for tamper or change the constitution during the election year. It is try for change the election laws then during election year. It abrogate powers to itself so that it go able to use all the means then for let it stay in power, take go. If SLPP already know say that bill they can go to parliament, not just we start trying to waste for debate, but they already get all the strategies then how they jostle on the parliament. We don't see time without number how this government they bastardize the constitution, how they elect the very speaker where they put today. Nobody not willing for no election. My policeman go do put people they do. How they do the census paper. How they do So there is a lot of signs. One signs the way we where we know that if this they try for to get the one party state in that country there. If they don't begin to silence the opposition, they put them in jail 24 hours. Anytime silence people, they don't not demonstrate. So with democracy, a state go behave that kind of way then they where SMP they behave in this modern days, in this modern era. So Lord we know blindside, that will not be stupid or we safe. We already know say this government they go towards a totalitarian state. Then seize all. They don't already capture the political party in my president for life. They don't already capture the state institutions there, the police, the judiciary, the legislation. So now what they do now, the constitution now is they try for change. So it go able to empower itself. So now so a totalitarian they start and autocrat they start all waiting that they do. Now that they do now. Capture the state, capture the political party, capture the constitution, and everybody in the country, and then we will go. Nobody will ever get a right for Africa again. And so we left for be labor ourselves. Now that's exactly the apple, but nobody no go talk. And we don't see the civil society that already don't begin to take side. Everybody told me we have been know. Andula Valley, they all who see they will come up with a good governance. They all don't toe the line. Let we just a wake up call. Let we know. So not me a contribution on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. I will go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who side they talk. I say who side they talk from? Who side they come from?
Thank you so much, Madam Matilda. Just a quick something there when I'm the one for highlight with where time beats me. Based on this PR system, on waiting and know when I go to school and college, then tell we say a constitution which is the highest form in any country, right? The PR system way Pakaba may already bring during the time for the war. When they may talk say, well, we'll not go get people in from every other area for stand because of the war. Waiting and do towards the next election, then bring this particular one way they in play. So immediately when they don't amend that particular one day, based on waiting Suare talk against it, how it already they don't have the law and the constitution, but then can forget for say there is another seal constitution we don't already overshadow now one day we they're not supposed to come up again with. I remember during the time for LAJ this and stuff when the president for the bar association with na policeman second or whatever within I name where they talk about 1990 or 1996 or 1961 or 1991 constitution. This lady they bring them up to the recent one where they don't amend where they in play. So now what they want try to do is they want for downplay on the people, then Mother Bio they force them on the people during the time for election. They don't know say again na a treason. Now so they defect so safe for commit so. Now I make the term out where then a parliament and they tell the speaker say where then decorate you table like say you not pitch boy. Because even so the decoration says safe na the parliament na corruption is primitive. Then una the set for push this whole thing. If this thing go, trust me, when I become president, in fact, Abbas Bundu no say the first treason under me. Because I know the joke with the country. And they still for the people, despite are they out, are they make me money, I'm not able for it to me money, and they send everything back home. So make them do something right for the people, and instead of they on them pocket and then family no more than they think for. It really acting because now we there out here, now we they suffer. Now I make when Mother Bio they talk say, even Fatima Bio are based on lawyer Iskandri post something in Facebook where Fatima Bio they talk say una we sit down by under una wait for una ready for rights now una sing them move because una kaya we go one after una. I want to tell Fatima Bio say now we get Salone. Let it check the history of Salone. I not go call me right. Now we get Salone, we all, because me no mix patriot business. Now we all, one person no get Salone. So we all free for go we country, and we all free for come on our country. As long as out say we keep towards the constitution in that particular country. So all the threatening way it is threatening, in need for stop that, and in need for back down, both in and in man. Because remember, people the eye they watch, the eye so big. Me a man at the Creos. I go Creo school, despite saying me that country, so they not get nothing for do me. I go left fire so back and come back, Madam Patricia, Madam Matilda.
Sorry, I go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who start the call from. Okay, we lost that caller. So when that caller they come, we go take them. So basically, like what I've been they say, current pass through me system where the very Speaker of Parliament last month remind the president say, Mr. President, sir, inside status, if you want for bring the PR system, sir, together with the Attorney General, he remind also say, if you want for bring the PR system, sir, we go get for bring Ankara Parliament and it require a two-thirds parliamentarian agreeing before the constitution can be amended for say yes, now this new system here so we dey bring am. Now that same Speaker of Parliament now incident inside the house, inside the well of Parliament Thursday, and tell parliamentarian and say we not can also for can debate the PR system because the PR system already dey inside the constitution. It left to the president for decide whether he want for enact am or he no want for enact am. Papa Speaker, sir, remember how you be remember the leader of business of government business the day before, sir. Remember, sir. Now 3 times inside this week we should don at that host they watch, sir. The day before, sir. Remember how you been remember the leader of government business when he been want make one kind dabaru for bring something kind side and say what are we debating? We need not to debate. We this that we not do this, we not do, we do that day. Remember when you warn them and when you remind and say for waiting he dey ask for, so he need 2/3 parliamentarian voting inside the walls of parliament, and then the thing for go for amendment, sir. That if you not do that day, sir, that even you self sir, na a treasonous offense you dey commit according to the constitution, sir. So how all of a sudden, sir, you remember say if this thing here so not go with 3/3 of parliamentarian, na a treasonous offense according to the constitution. But yet in the same tongue, you see don dey talk say the president gets the right for evoke am or not evoke. Under which law are we governed by, sir? When the PR system be enacted, sir, what was the atmosphere and condition of Sierra Leone, sir? Why was it justified for that system to be brought forward, sir? After that system was implemented, sir, wetin make them decide within good reason, sir, for say this system not a system wey go work inside this we country, sir, and we look for something better, sir, where the people then go know for say now the person where them put, if the person not do the work, hey, otile, if the person where them put he not do the work, otile, where the term cancer. So who's why you they talk, sir? Could you have yourself na question I they ask, oh, na question I they ask. So I go Salone tomorrow, una no can talk for say I commit offense, sir. Because not to offense sir, they commit, sir. Now question they ask you, sir. Could you have inadvertently, sir, by mistake, sir, committed a treasonous offense yourself, sir, by saying what you just said, sir? Do you want to go back to the said constitution, sir, and revisit, sir, and look at the date instituted, sir? That way, they, just by chance, if you need for come and render a public apology and retract your statement, sir. Do you know say me na small pikin, sir? And then you know for say me no go law book, sir. Na simple English na we hear, sir. And based on the simple English where we hear, sir, we just take count for clarification, sir. I want to go to what the Speaker of Parliament said at the opening of Parliament. Okay, then say we get a call. Caller, waiting at your name and who say you the call for? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Okay, we lost the call. I hope the caller calls again. So are there a few things then they remind you, sir, you no go in one breath say what is exactly right and what the constitution requires of us. And in another breath, because somehow you see that the water don't hot, no bush shaking is allowed. People are standing where they are standing because there are people watching them and demanding and requesting for the needful to be done by them. And all of a sudden, you feel say there is a way you can find to circumvent the system. I just want to ask, which constitution is being operated when one law is dismissed, when one law is aborted, and another law is instituted? Do you go back to the aborted law and enact the aborted law just because it suits your purpose? Now that question there they ask you. So I want make me producer play waiting the Speaker of Parliament said at the opening of Parliament, and make we listen to something, which was the same sentiment shared by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. You see, it is funny when sometimes, and that make I continue for say this, stop making people demigods. Stop making them bigger than who they are. I not say making I not respect somebody, oh. I not say make you not respect you big one, oh, but respect them within limits and measure. No respect and say if you say in now na God. That's the air that you breathe, they are responsible for. Make we watch. We have a call. So while the technical team is trying to upload that clip, we'll take the caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who say you for.
Thank you very much. I just want to tell you that thank you for this wonderful program. Yeah. As far as this protest issue is concerned, our country, we don't be a serious issue today with police. But we thank God, at least we one of these international partners them when they said they raise up the flag, follow self the no CS.
Okay, so caller, we they get difficulty for hearing you. So I don't know if not the network or maybe you need for come close to your phone. Okay, we lost the call. So hopefully the caller go try again. So we go to that video clip there where the Speaker of Parliament where they rant, they vex. It vex for something when are in duty. e dey vex for something where the Sierra Leone populace them all over the world get the right for do. E dey vex for something where, you know, sometimes we come from societies where we omojuba too much. We omojuba they make people and take advantage of we. Make we watch this.
A lot has been said and written on social media, particularly about the role of this current parliament.
In name na Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, the Speaker of the Salone Parliament, and as you dey hear, Tuesday, July 12, 2022, he been take the floor na the well of Parliament for make statement where he been clear, say he want for blow mind on certain issue them, we don't pass na the social media, we he not glad with.
Most of what I have read and heard on social media seemed to me to have stemmed from a mountain of mischaracterization, misunderstanding, and misinformation of monumental proportions about the work of this parliament.
And plenty people we don't follow the Speaker of Parliament from in background as first-time bookman and sober lawyer to in work as first-time Secretary General na ECOWAS. Go greasy Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu in the English language sleep one room to the point say he not even the catch in aid for Tokam. So he used this power na emote for equalize for waiting he say he don't see any hear about the Salone Parliament that the social media we according to him not to true and I for just score political goal but he believes he not go born fine picking at the country.
It is a big shame that as a nation that has earned self-rule, as an independent sovereign nation for over 61 years, and had once been the pride of West Africa, as the Athens of education, there are still in our midst adult men and women who deliberately and maliciously set out through political propaganda to manipulate and deceive the masses of our people. This is most lamentable.
Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu not been waste time for jump to one of the issue them we get for do with the proportional representation system or district block system for send MP them na Parliament. According to the Speaker of Parliament, the new public elections bill now they come introduce the proportional system of representation as he said this system already there as part of the Salone 1991 constitution.
So let me take this opportunity to make it abundantly clear that contrary to the hype given to the general public, the Public Elections Bill of 2022, currently before this House, does not introduce any new proportional representation into our law. The district block representation system, a form of PR, which is mentioned in the bill, was introduced into our laws as far back as 2001 by way of a constitutional amendment that was encapsulated in Section 38A. Therefore, the debate about the PR system is not going to happen in this parliament. Because it is already embedded in the laws of Sierra Leone.
Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu carry on for talk about the thing them where he believes say good where they inside the public elections bill we still in a Parliament and done did it for the past 1 month now but still not zeroed yet. But one other area where the speaker blow in mind good fasting get for do with what he say this be anthem. Somebody post in the speaker in phone number na the social media for make people call him and tell him what and think about the public elections bill and the proportional system of representation.
Suffice it, however, that I should make mention here of the egregious harm that has been committed by a certain individual who decided unilaterally and without my prior authorization to upload my personal telephone number on the social media. This singular act of his has caused me great harm. And it did not just stop there. It did not just stop there. It went on to exhort Leoneans both at home and abroad to send messages to my phone about the perceptions they hold about the public elections bill and what they believe it is purporting to introduce into our body politic.
As the Speaker of Parliament take them for blow in mind for where he say this person we send a number for make people call them and send them message them, but the public elections bill not inform them first before he do so, and this make he say he not feel fine, but not to that normal. As the Speaker carry on say this not like harassment and intimidation for make afraid as they go about for do in work. We not think say this for even happen. We make it say in a quotum this na reckless journalism.
To say the very least, these acts constitute as much intimidation and harassment as they were unwarranted and unnecessary, and in effect an invitation to anarchy under the guise of respectable journalism. Frankly, in my considered opinion, it is the most intolerable and unworthy display of reckless journalism.
The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, self no been beer, but been get for you some strong word them for make knock no left panam on this issue we get for do with the social media, but not tap day. As he gives strong warning, say the person we been scatter in number at the social media for think to them the next them before he do it in he do so. And he say word for person we get sense, he do so bets. For Salone Parliament, I on Black TV Online. Mina Abdullah Bla the report.
Okay, so we want to tell Abdullah Bla Boku thank you for where he puts together that report day for where the public go able and people then like we say now you go able access them and make use of them. So the speaker say Boku thing, but you see inside Salone, yes, if it been before say the speaker get office number, when at that office then I you they call, like when I so I can call me counselor in office, I left message there, or I book appointments, I go there, I go see them and talk to them. Then we are still talking two different things. But inside Salone, as far as I know, no parliamentarian or they will get office, we get actual office number. When a dedicated office number, where if you want to call you, they call you, you talk to them, you make appointment, you go see them. They all get cell phone. Their personal phone, as far as I know, de facto acts as their office numbers. Listen, guys, I interact with a lot of you people. I think I know what I'm saying here when I speak. Because if you try for even reach them so-called office number for the one that we say then get office number, you never reach them until you call their personal number. Now that's when they reach them. So you see the act of accessing a public servant, because sir, in as much as you get right to your privacy, you are a servant of the state, sir. And if I cannot reach a servant of the state in that caliber, they see me Prime Minister's office. If I want pick phone right now, I say they call JT office. And also, if I go use how they call an acronym, initials for calling a Prime Minister, when I go say I don't commit murder. But now, yes, so I can say I want call JT in office when I Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada. I can pick my phone and call JT in office, malap. If I want to call all the parliamentarian representatives them inside Canada, the number then they the office number then they pick my phone and call them. If I want to call all the senators them, all the ministers them, if I want to interact directly with any of the ministers, then I don't need for go through special protocol. I just then call the office, ask for what I want, book special appointments, and put place now in calendar for me. That's how the state works. That's how institution works. That's how government runs, sir. So in the absence of you not having a dedicated office line, the line where actually somebody go call and then go talk to human beings, and that una don't defect to unu personal lines them as unu work lines them, what do you expect the populace to do, sir? You say it's an act of you know, it's intolerable, a borderline harassment. How can I harass a public servant, somebody where I send there for go represent me and represent the interest, for go work for me, and I they call for tell and say this thing I so what say you want do so, you not agree with me, you not sit down fine with me, you say I they harass you? That is why I say let us stop making this we omojuba. You know, our cultures is good. We culture a very good culture. We African culture, then the way we then train we, the way we then bring we up, the way we then raise we, to some degree it works. But to certain degree it dey harm we, it dey retrogress we, they push we backward. Because it is only within that perception and that thinking that the Speaker of Parliament thinks that it is inaccessible. It ought to be inaccessible to the public. And that calling his personal line, where he don't defect to in work line, is not right, because they are calling him about a subject matter that is not agreeable with him. So, sir, I am sorry, no lines were crossed here. If you want the public to access you, then make lines available, have office hours, have dedicated hours where the public can actually reach you and render and submit their how you call them, their complaints or concerns or applauds. But you they pick every other phone call when not relates to this, when they call you, if na for can battle you, if na for can clap for you, or if na for can pass that welfare bill, you they pick them phone call them day. But when people then call now, in the interest of saving Mama Salone, then all of a sudden it becomes an issue. It's become gross misconduct. Papa, how can it be good for the goose one day and it's not good for the ganders the other day, sir? You say some adult women and some adult men. So I am sorry, my people. Them, I am sorry. They say they say the Speaker of Parliament now an erudite of the Queen's language. I am not an erudite of the Queen's language. Yeah, I'm just Matilda Cole. I'm just a young woman, a young Sierra Leonean who has the heart of Sierra Leone, who really wants to see the good of that nation because she believes that nation can birth good, right? So therefore, excuse me, viewers, while I take just a minute to address the speaker in the language in which he is most comfortable in, right? Mr. Speaker, sir, you said there has been a misunderstanding, a mischaracterization, and even, dare I say, an assassination of the understanding of what has been put forward to Parliament and to a greater extent the nation of Sierra Leone. Sir, you purport that this nation is a sovereign nation and has been so for 60 years. However, may I quickly remind you, sir, that this said sovereign nation for whom you speak and who you so eloquently says that men and women from the outside world attempts or they are adhering or daring to engage in the affairs of this nation, sir, have no business in doing so, because this nation is a sovereign nation and has been for 61 years, sir. May I attempt to dare say, sir, a sovereign nation that is 61 years of age cannot solely depend on 50% subvention from these so-called men and women who you claim are interferers into your affairs, sir. May I also dare to say that, sir, if indeed the intent was not to amend and reinstate the PR system, sir, why then did it feature in the current bill, sir? If indeed this system has been in law and can be enacted at any point in time, sir, why did it make an appearance within the 2022 Electoral Act, sir? Because if a system exists or a law exists and doesn't need ratification or amendments, sir, there is no need for that law to be part of a policy being tabled, sir, or a law or an act being tabled, sir. So therefore, sir, to you, sir, and your Attorney General, sir, I ask why. So, if you are indeed right in your submission that the business of Parliament is not to debate the PR system as it is currently featured within our 1991 Constitution, and that you are solely there to discuss other affairs relating to these acts, why then was there mention of the PR system within this act? The sole mention of the PR system within this act is, and I dare say, sir, for ratification or amendments to be done. That is the only reason why you will include such lines within the submission, sir. I humbly say, remember, I am no erudite of the Queen's language, neither am I a lawyer, but at least I can maybe say that I understand the Queen's language to some degree, sir. I rest my case. Now, I go on for make we go to wetin the Minister of Information in say about this PR system. Interesting times ahead, people. Interesting times.
Mr. Minister, document mention about the timeliness and same way. So you say we don't start the process, but education to the public very important in all of this. Going forward, how wanna go raise awareness to people for let themselves know waiting like some of the thing them with this bill get.
You know, in the country we know the debates. That country they know they go far, but progress and development. A good who they get in debates there, right? The people that want to come to the debate with ulterior motives, the people that want to come to the debate with appealing to base sentiments there, the people that want to come to the debate with suspicion, I want for telling, and they invite each and any one of them. We really want an honest debate.
But then the people in the Mr. Minister. But then the people in the we get suspicious.
But then yesterday, you now host at the Macaulay yesterday, and they said they don't believe say this government. And you know, laws are not made for government. Laws are made for anybody who can, right? Laws then are for the people, the people of Sierra Leone. They make laws then, not of government and the target, right? So we got forget a basis for judge people there. So me they say this government, if we come to that decision, yeah, if the president ever thinks a worthy for go down the PR path and go do the proclamation on the advice of the Attorney General. But as an individual, any day give me PR over this one, this current first past the post. Because one of the reasons where analysts there all over they indicate one of the reasons where Africa democracy gets shallow roots today, now this winner take all approach. So the PR they address that one day. You know, and I see, yeah.
So like you say, the fear in all of this now that this winner takes all, the PR system way before get over the winner takes all situation.
Yep.
Is government anyway the way government is scared say elections might not be in their favor, we make this PR system go get opportunity for them for participate if other governments come?
This government, President being government, now opposition have been there with all the state machinery skilled against him. They still win the elections, right? And most of the MPs that win the elections with 20,000, 15,000, 18,000. You know the MPs in the parliament, they won by 2,000, 1,500, all that. No. We can win the elections by any means, any day, no matter the electoral system. But we are saying that a legacy where they work for Sierra Leone, where they help entrench with democracy, where they help forgive more people than voices, where they promote national cohesion, where they help mainstream women, and where they reduce ethno-regional violence and tension.
Government they push for this system.
No, if government eventually gets to that, there are enough reasons. There are enough reasons, enough justification. Government has not come to that decision, like I say, but it's good to have an enlightened debate on this matter.
All right, so as to the wrap up the program now, whose message you left to listeners, especially for this issue of PR system, where the debate still continue?
Well, so let the debate continue. I mean, very important. The country is good for we collective enlightenment, right? Like I say, let people they ask questions there. They're very important, so that a few scaremongers there, where they get the opportunity for can sit down there, not go derail. Progressive thinking. This country here for make progress. Like I say, if you ask me today, because no more woman and go get opportunity for get 30% around the decision making table.
They already na the woman them bill within a
yeah, it na the woman and bill. So down there, it go dey na that bill there. But if you not get an electoral system where they able to be a conduit, down in a problem. I know that for a fact.
All right.
I have been around, I've seen it. I'm a political analyst as well. Now I know the way the other cap.
All right, many thanks to journalists. As you say, if need day for let the president announces along for switch to PR system, we will continue the debates as and when necessary, because you say we reach a bridge, we will cross the. Thank you, we can at the studio this morning, Mr. Minister.
Thank you.
So as soon as I don't hear the information minister don't say if need day for make the president announce say with a switch to the PR system. Remember, the constitution is very clear: 2/3 majority of parliament, because this na law or na a system where not to a system where applicable or applicable anymore, right? So if the president decide for go do a declaration of switching back to the PR system, without honoring the law, without ensuring that 2/3 of parliament agree say yes, na dande we for go back to. My people, I am Matilda J. Cole, granddaughter of the late Matilda J. Cole, a policewoman wey work for the police force na Sierra Leone. Na me dey talk say, Now if you understand wetin means, you go do the interpretation. I don't need to spell it out for you. And if the Minister on Information actually thinks that by saying if they want to win the election, they can win the election by any means, through any means, in any way, my dear, English is a very powerful language. Through any means, by any way necessary. Through any means, by any way necessary. Through any means, by any way necessary. It seems that Sierra Leone hasn't learned its lessons yet. It seems like the people we put in position of power and authority are still in a dream. It seems as though people are deliberate in not waking up from their slumber. And still they sleep, they no one wake it to come on that dream. Make we be careful the word them where we they use, how we choose for use the word them, and the interpretation and connotation and denotation of them words then they. We therefore be very careful. I can do an entire show on what he just said, but I'm not going to go down there because guess what? We are still debating. We are still debating. Now there is, listen, when people and they talk, una for the listen, una for the hearing. The speaker of parliament said something after he had said something was recorded in tape. And then the deputy speaker come, he reiterates the same thing. Now the Minister of Information has come and is also, but he also they add and for cement waiting and the talk. But you know, there is something the leader of the opposition did that I think is very beautiful. Beautiful. When I remember, not to me na the erudite, not to me sabi English, not to me sabi talk English, not to me understand the English language. Neither am I a lawyer. I keep saying this because some people them, I don't see people them where don't text me, they don't send me message, say Matilda, you dey lie, you get small, you get that degree. No sir, no ma. No sir, no ma. I told you I did communications ethics law. Communications ethics law. That's what I did. Which is far removed from, policy law. Please, people, which is far removed from, customer, this law, that. No, far removed. Now, by how organization, institutions, then they run, codes and conducts and whatever, completely different, pa. But may I dare say here right now that Cherno, Cherno Maduba did something beautiful. And you know what he do? When at that thing day, if they not take them, they go bring parliament down. When at that thing day, if they not take them, they go make the attorney general will be forced to resign. When at that thing day, if they not take them, they go make the deputy speaker and the speaker forced to resign. When they're not thing day, if they not take them, I am saying it here, they go make the president self commit a treasonable act. You know what he tell them, say? After the speaker don't talk, say, we are not here to debate the PR system, because the PR system is at the wills and caprices and discretion of the president. You know what he asked them, say? He said, please provide us a hard and soft copy of what you have tabled to us. You know, sometimes I can call and, you know, I can say, you know, who's kind to talk about business today, so he's not acting like a lawyer, he's not speaking like a lawyer, he's not behaving as someone who, if you dey in battle with somebody, you for no waiting are you assassinates them and you ammunitions them. He did something that was beautiful. If you as a speaker is claiming that is not the business for which we are here, please, for posterity, when we begin to challenge you on this, provide us not only the hard copy, also send us the soft copy. You know what make you do that? It do that because both the hard copies and the soft copies will be identical in language. So therefore, if the Attorney General or the Speaker or the government or the Minister of Information or any of them at any point in time decide for remove that section there where they deal with the PR6 system and the revalidation or reenactment of the PR system, then get them in soft copies and in hard copies, same language, similar language, nothing retracted. So when he make that request there, I'm like, oh, I love law. I love law. You know, when somebody understand the semantics, when somebody understand the loopholes, then when somebody, you know, is smart, is articulate, and you know, and is with time and in concurrence of the movement and can sniff things, I love them. See, I don't talk to me and keep yourself down there for them. Me and keep yourself glad for wait I talk just now. You say it you land book for true. That was the one singular thing that he may have done for Sierra Leone and for Sierra Leoneans, based on the recent reversions, based on the recent took them, where we don't hear now, from the speaker, from the deputy speaker, and now from the communications minister. That was the one singular act he's done in parliament that me, Matilda Cole, I go applaud him for, by saying, we not only want the hard copies, I want to be provided with the soft copy as well. Because in the soft copy, you have the opportunity to quickly go and retract and said, oh, the wrong copy was printed to you. You get? Use your IQ, people. Use your IQ. So listen, people, then. This business of the 2022 Electoral Act, in not done it all. Today I not touch the woman the inside. Because first of all, my question is, if there is a gender bill put forward in Parliament, and as far as I'm concerned, that gender bill has been put forward to Parliament about a year ago now, or coming up to a year now, why is it that within this Electoral Act you still make provisions and bring in the gender portion? A gender portion that quite frankly is inadequate, a gender portion that quite frankly is a whitewash. Why not deal with the gender bill on its own merits? Why do you have to bring a paragraph just so that you go galvanize votes and evoke emotions of women because you think they are so desperate to be at the table? Guess what? Whether you like it or not, they are going to be at the table. They are going to sit at the table as equal partners. You don't say where the woman then on the one on a political bench them and cook casada leaf for una. While you guys are playing big boys game and they are relegated to the back of the kitchen cooking your cassava leaf, well, now they are saying, listen, una can make, we all can cook. We know they cook again. That's all they are saying. Give them what they want. So for me, the inclusion of the gender proportion in that act, for me, it's a moot point. A moot point. Let us talk about the substance. About the and the us them and the shalls them and the mays them on I don't include inside. We're not aligned with the constitution. Let us talk about the NIN requirements when I don't bring inside. We're not aligned with the constitution. For you to bring in something new as a criteria, we're not aligned with the constitution. It means it requires a constitutional amendment. At first, you said that the intent of this bill was not for the upcoming election. But now when pressed, all of your innuendos, all of your talkings, all of your narrative is pointing to a legislation and an enactment for this forthcoming elections. Can we be true to ourselves for once? Can we be true to our people for once? Can we actually say what we mean for once? Can we actually not use coveted means? You say social media people, but these are the same social media people. I am not a blogger. I am a political analyst. I am an analyst. I'm not a blogger. I don't do blogs. I analyze. I synthesize. That's what I do. But there will come a time when you will be hopping from shows to shows to shows to sell yourself. But yet these are the very people that you're, whoop-lashing right now with your tongues and with your speeches. But let me make this clear. Any political person we can sit down yasu or can talk to me, Matilda Jekyll. May I really make it clear to you that whatever you have said about people like us in these spaces, I will ask you the question in front of Sierra Leoneans for you to defend your sayings. Because it's about time that we not all time we like wait for do that joke be the joke bo and I play in the play bo. Now joke be the joke and I play in the play and I don't take we nine don't lead we inside with this one right now. When are we going to be serious? I mean, you hear the speaker say, men and women of foreign nations, of foreign sovereignty, of foreign lands daring to interfere into the affairs of a sovereign nation. He who pays the piper plays its tune. If you know that you do not want the interventions of externalities into your affairs, then you should not accept their monies. You should not accept their givings. Some of these countries and institutions substitute or subsidize 50% of your country fiduciary budget, and yet you want to sit and call yourself a sovereign nation. Really? There are duties and responsibilities that comes with sovereignty. Have we fulfilled those duties and responsibilities towards the people of Sierra Leone? That's why I go left this particular topic for today only. On another note, I see people in the jubilate say lights don't come at home, lights don't come at home, free tongue, they enjoy 24 hours. Like, we should thank the president for this, we should thank the president for that. And on another hand, they say, oh, the president don't bring 2 new ferry, then come of 350 capacity sitting 100 vehicles. We are at the end stage. So to appease the people, all of a sudden you're trying to do things, you're throwing at them. When they should have gotten, you're throwing at them now, thinking that you can appease them. Listen, the APC tried it. The last government tried it at the very end, and they bring this, then they do that, then go bring ferry cam, lights don't come, then go do this, then go do that. But when the people are aggrieved, they are aggrieved. Sierra Leoneans are becoming more enlightened. Just like when the Deputy Speaker of Parliament said that Sierra Leoneans are very much aware and enlightened. And yes, I agree with you, Deputy Speaker. It's just that the manner in which that you think they are becoming enlightened, you erroneously judge them wrong, I can tell you. Because you see, some of we they interact with the bottom levels. And therefore we hear their cries and calls and their hacks to God. But you see, when you fail to interact with your own kind, and when you fail to go down to the bottom level, sometimes you miss the message. There, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I quite right agree with you in you saying that Sierra Leoneans are becoming very alert, very sensitive, very much with times and au fait with things. But you see, where you misconstrued them is that it's in their understanding of what is right and what is wrong. What is just and what ought to be theirs and what ought not to be taken from them. So as a Sierra Leonean sitting here, should I see and applaud the president for bringing in 2 new ferries? 2 new ferries, by the way, that are not new ferries, because I have closely watched the picture. New ferry, no, they get chair seats spanning. No, they get bust or seat spanner. Some of the seats are tattered and dilapidated. Evidence, look at it. We live in a developing country. We know where something new and where something used and where something fairly used. Do I commend him for ensuring that yes, them bring some used ferry cam so that broke Kenuna waf go parks on side, so that at least we people them, we marketuman them, we petty traders them, we business people them, we work people them, go get something for they bring them back and forth at least. Absolutely. It is a commendable effort. However, I cannot sit here and talk saying a new ferry the way they watch it and also not a new ferry then. You see, things are built differently these days because of atmospheric conditions and weather and climate change and all of that. And so therefore, the way things are built these days is completely different from the way things are built from yesterdays or yonder days. So you are able to make a quick comparison and distinctions between what is today of to date and what is or what was of yesterday's. So yes, while the bringing in of the ferry is an applaudable thing, however, that is the work you signed up to do. To provide the people with basic amenities, and having access to ferry and good running walking ferry is part of that. Because for Komoson side, for Canada, the main capital, Freetown, you need cross water. And what thing you need for cross the water day, so that you can gain access. You need ferry, you need boat, and other things. And one of the safest means of traveling are through the ferry. So for providing your people the basic amenities, I should sit here and applaud you and say the presidents don't work, talk and do this. No, I cannot do that because you are only doing that which you signed up for. Just like the lights. I can't sit down so and say, hey, President Bio de Woko, look, he don't bring lights. No, I cannot do it. These are basic amenities. Then nothing the way people them not supposed for beg for, nothing the way by right the government supposed for provide for in people them. So what it make me go can clap for government where it provides in the way it's supposed for provide for in people them. What it make me go do that? You know the current ACC boss. Then in 2016, he dare say that, you know, government is a contract. It's a contract between the people, between the government and the people. And when they fail to do that which is right, the people have to call them into question. So government is a contract. One of the fulfillment of his contract is to make sure that the people have good roads, they have good water, they have good drainages, they have good sewage system, they have electricity, you know, they are plugged in, you know, telecommunication, they have good hospitals, good teachers, good roads, good schools, good universities. So there are basic things that government ought to provide for its populace. For people then. So my people, I am sorry to say I cannot applaud the president for doing its job. I cannot applaud the government for doing its job. And people and they say, hey, now that make the party fly. No, these things can be arranged. It's called procurement. It is called procurement. You get a procurement service. You get a procurement agency. That is their work. Minister of Transport and Communication, that is their job. Minister of Energy and Power, that is their job. That is why you have ministries and department agencies to take care of these. The no. President no need for travel for being ferry can of the country. I'm sorry. President no need for travel for make lights can of the country. There are departments and agencies responsible for those. They go into open bidding sometimes for some of these things. And the person with the best proposition win. The person with the best proposition where they meet your specification and demands them win. With the least, budget or expenditure attached to it. So I'm glad for me Salone people, I hope say this not go become a VIP Asabiu situation. I hope say Sierra Leone people then from Wokupa, from Pendeng to Pamalap. I don't know now if Pamalap they part of Salone or they part of Guinea. It is possible, you know, to Regbeng, to you know, you name it, to Falaba, to Potloko, to Cambia, to Pujang, to Tonkolili, to Bun, to Mashengbe or Masingbe, to Bandajuma. I hope say they will all benefit from the amenities that the government is supposed to provide for them. I hope say the cost not going to be so high that the local, the normal person, the average Sierra Leonean or the non-average Sierra Leonean, the one where they earn less than 50 cents a day. Remember, I did not say $1 a day. I say less than 50 cents a day. Instead go able claim na ferry, do what in need for do. That is my hope. And today as well, the ECOWAS court asked Sierra Leone for pay. I believe it was it $10,000 or $10 million? Give me a second. Let me get my facts straight. The ECOWAS court orders Sierra Leone to compensate rape victim for failing in duty to protect. So today, na Banjul, 14 June 2022, the Court of Justice of the Economic Communities of West Africa, West African states, the ECOWAS court has condemned Sierra Leone for failing to guarantee a rape victim the right to remedy, access to justice and protection from cruel, inhumane and degrading treatment. The pronouncement was made the 13th July 2022. Give me a second, people. 2022, as the court handed down its judgment in suit number ECW/CCJ APP 52/21 Adama Vandi versus Sierra Leone. The case filed in September 2021 by Institute of Human Rights and Development in Africa on behalf of the plaintiff concerns the rape of the latter, Miss Adama Vandi, by the influential paramount chief of Nongogba Nongoba Bulom chiefdom of Bond district in 2019. Ms. Vandi reported the incident to the Sierra Leone police, but local authorities failed to effectively investigate the offense and prosecute the perpetrator. In its verdict, the court established Sierra Leone's failure in its responsibility to guarantee the plaintiff access to remedy and protection from abuses as provided for in several regional and international human rights legal instruments to which Sierra Leone is party, notably the African Charter on Human and People's Rights and the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the Rights of Women in Africa, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights. The court ordered Sierra Leone to pay the victim compensation worth $10,000. And then they go on to say, they hope say the Salone government go comply with this verdict and go pay this victim here, so the money where Salone government owe because they fail to protect human rights and give them fair access to justice. Listen, my Sierra Leone people, we don't talk go up, we don't talk can down. But the talk no go down. The talk will continue. Parliament resumes on Monday, and on Monday, Otilem Adede get for watch. We have to be mindful. We have to see what our representatives are doing, and we also get for see what and get for do with this PR thing. Right now, I feel like they want to take the bulldozer approach. I don't know where that will lead them or where that will take the nation as a whole. But I hope and pray that they listen to the voice of the majority, they listen to the voice of the people, and not do anything that will jeopardize the fairly so-called peace where the world don't say, they say Salone na a peaceful country. Yes, the survey of the peace index Canada they say Salone na one country way peaceful. So if then they say Salone na one country where peaceful, then let us do everything we can to keep it that way, to make it that way, regardless of anything else where they happen, regardless of our struggles, regardless of our pains, regardless of our complaints, regardless of any other thing. If they are saying Sierra Leone is amongst the peaceful nation, then governments and its people, parliaments and its people, Sierra Leoneans all across the world, let us do the needful. Let us do the needful. Today we take a poll and we ask, is the proportional representation system good for Sierra Leone? We took a poll today where they ask, is the proportional representation system good for Sierra Leone? With 5 people answering yes at 14% and 37 people saying no at 86%. Here you have it, people. This is a poll that we took, which has been, for me, for what I've felt, and from what I've observed, it has been the tempo of the nation. It has been the tempo of people. So there comes a time when you have to listen to the people who put you in office. You have to listen. Somebody in Guinea did not listen. And we see how that ended up. Guinea was lucky. Somebody in Mali did not listen. We saw how that ended up. Again, they were a bit lucky. Somebody in Burkina Faso did not listen. We saw what happened. Somebody in the Ivory Coast played hard ear. We saw what happened. Budisa, they asked me say if I get time for one more call. Absolutely, I'll take one more call and wrap the show. Caller, waiting at your name. I know sir you call from.
Thanks a lot, my sister Maltida. In no way you lecture or you teacher, they teach the topic when are you main topic. So today I just listen, I know how obstruct. You did talk inside say 80% of the Sierra Leoneers what you did at the mind. You don't go against no one. If you go against anyone, that's your own right. Well, the problem what we facing at the country, the approach of Mother Biona indeed, 9 land whip and this regret wife. Where it take the power, and nothing say a bargain for loss. It tell we say one can pull up on the bondage, not knowing that in your side the lead we, not triple bondage. And the electric stream, the attitude, the way in show way take power. For say way in quiet, may followers they're not quiet. What he preach, and the damage with it so. Because any leader go want make it succeed, but way too much cost then you earn. You know they able, your attitude. The people away vote for you where you been they go village to village. They say they want to talk to you. Now you don't care. I don't even know who that give them politicians the authority for make them be arrogant to people. Even when they talk, even a parliament, you go see. Then they try for downgrade the oppositions them and like say na Pikine wouldn't go for men the oppositions them and so then they look like. Abbas Mundu don't tell we say anybody will change rules and regulation now constitution we not go by the rules them now a treason. We all lawyery we don't keep records them. And we pray to go more all get long life and well body. The time go reach. And the plan of Mother Bio yeah, followers them. If we don't set about this PR, now he make, then they say now the thing then the constitution, it left to the president may take up. The opposition they not get for able to stop the state. The game don't over. Even that light when then they turn off. Now just game then they play power for slow down the temper of the people. Then believe in that 1 week Salone people and they forget. But this one, no Salone man, no they forget anymore about this PR. SLPP then get their own plans. The PR, he pain people when I wait when they get for camp and the Dick Street the division. Now the time we get for say, hey, so now I make clear why them say Kenema Boku pass free talk. The problem, I don't know what him Madam Joe even want. Me this very way to work out. You know they feed people not to eat. If you want to help the people, cut down your wages. Cut down all your staff and wages them. When I don't ever hear you say Diamond come away again at Salone. When Madam Joe the travel, no many laws said that the travel will show. But nobody know the act. But I'll tell you, thank you tonight. I appreciate all what you don't say, Matika. May God bless GOS. I'll go stop there.
Thank you very much, Kola. So, like I say, today on Dondon, the PR system, the Public Elections Act 2022, it's not done yet. We get for continue on Monday by God in power, long life and well body. We dey sit down dey back in a parliament. We not in a parliament, so but virtually we dey watch from beginning to end until all is said and done. And yes, if you turn your personal phone so you work phone when it suits you, then you cannot cry foul when it doesn't suit you. With that, I tell una all thank you. May God bless we all. May God continue to bless Mama Salone, and may the best happen for that nation. And una not forget to the show na 7 o'clock. Now something make we start today late. Do ya the show na 7 o'clock? I know say boko of una because you don't say why they do the show. Why not come? Boko of una not sure if I don't come back full time of this and that. But listen, there are issues. There are things happening in our country that we cannot take for granted. If we then are other manual country, we they enjoy the sweets and benefits of waiting and don't bill for hundreds of years, like Canada also has it also, 155 years. When I in they recognize and they become Canada 155 years. No means they not been they exist before that. Because you have the Aboriginal people now that make una yeri Canada Day where I give me tenki. I get for tell tenki na one pan the indigenous languages them. Yes. These things take processes, they take time. But we have to be willing to do the work and do it right, not just for our own selfish interest, but for the benefit of all, not just for today, but for the long term. Now that day now we short-sighted about. We just want to do something where the benefits we day today where the benefits we based on the current agenda. We are not focusing on the long term. It's about time we focus on the long term. We stop being selfish. I tell you all thank you. May God bless we all. Till we meet again. Unatata.